All right, welcome to Multifamily Locker Room, guys. This presentation is to educate you guys on what is our legacy partner program all about. So I want to talk to you guys about becoming a legacy partner. Who is it for? What's involved? And it's always going to continue to grow. And you guys are at the start of it if you're watching this presentation right now. And more importantly, if you're watching this presentation, it's because we want you to be involved. Okay. This was created for sports agents, former athletes, and elite advisors ready to make wealth education a standard in the game. Now, pay attention, because if you are not a sports agent, if you are not a former athlete, if you are not an advisor, maybe you just are an aspiring entrepreneur, an investor, okay? This is still for you, okay? This is a community for entrepreneurs. This is a community for investors focused on multifamily real estate investing. And this is our legacy partner program. So who is it for? Sports agents, pro athletes, accredited investors. Maybe you're a retired professional athlete. Maybe you're a financial advisor, and you want to bring powerful wealth building opportunities to the people you serve. Okay. Maybe you're none of these, right? And you just have a grandma who has a 401k and you know she could be putting her money in real estate, right? That is bringing powerful wealth building opportunities to the people you want to serve. All right. So this is for you as well. Okay. What is our mission and what is our vision? Our mission with Multifamily Locker Room is to empower sports agents, guys, athletes, and high performance professionals to build generational wealth through multifamily real estate by providing elite level education and a private community and strategic access to tools, mentorship, and opportunities. Okay. Now, our vision is to become the #1 wealth building platform for high performers by turning the mindset of the locker room into a movement that I want you guys to join and be a part of, that transforms lives, transforms legacies, and portfolios through multifamily real estate investing. If that's something you want to be a part of, you guys are definitely in the right space. So, why multifamily locker room legacy partner matters? Okay, so athletes trust you, you being the sports agent, you being the financial advisor, maybe the CPA, maybe a dear friend, right? And we want to partner with you. And more importantly, we want you to partner with us, right? Not on just our education platform, but our deals as well. And when those athletes see that not only you're invested, but into just the education, but invested into the deals, it might make sense for them to invest alongside us as well. Now, our legacy partners, they help us bring awareness of multifamily investing to the athlete space, introduce trusted relationships to our education. We have masterminds, our private funds, and be a part of a movement that creates generational wealth through ownership, right? Not just investing, just to invest, but to have actual ownership. So, what do our partners do? It's very simple, guys. All we're asking is invite qualified individuals to private webinars, maybe to our events. Okay. Make warm introductions to the multifamily locker room team and share our education tools and platforms with those in the ecosystem of sports. That's all you have to do is make the introduction. We handle everything from there. You're not raising capital. Okay. You're introducing people to an education platform on investing, and we will focus on helping get them invest into these opportunities. Okay. You're opening the door. So before we dive in, we have different sectors of the multifamily locker room. The first thing I want to talk about is our fund, our multifamily fund. Okay. And this is to empower your network to build generational wealth through institutional grade real estate. So as we dive in, I want to talk to you, how does a fund work? What's nice through this presentation, you guys are going to get a good little education out of it. I'm glad it's recorded, because if you need to hear something a second time, just rewind it. This is very good information to study and understand. The more you understand about this, the more you're going to be confident about partnering with us. So I want you to understand, how does a fund work? 99% of funds out there are structured the way I'm about to show you right now. Okay. So you have your GP, which is your general partners. That is us. That is the equity owner of the fund, or the controlling owner of the fund, right? The money that comes in, we go out there, we find the deals, we do due diligence on the deals, we manage the deals, and then we execute the business plan of the deals to make sure that our investors who are investing into the fund get the ROI that we are focused on. Okay. And I'll talk about these fees down here in a moment. So what we do is we go and we start a limited partnership. And with our limited partnership, we bring in all of our investors. Okay. Now, when we bring in all of our investors, they'll invest, let's say investor one, 10 million, investor two, 2 million, and so on, right? And when these investors, they go and they put money into the limited partnership. Okay. Now, this limited partnership, when they put money in, it's held for 3 to 10 years. This could be literally maybe 6 months too, depending on the fund, right? So let's just say 3 to 10 years, depending on the firm, depending on maybe the deal, right? Maybe we got a deal right now where we want to hold it for 5 years. That's the average hold time. 3 to 7 years is the average hold time that you're in a property. Maybe you're in an opportunity zone that allows you to exit the deal in 10 years, tax-free, 100% of your profits, right? So investors are going to invest here into the limited partnership on what's called a preferred return, right? Specifically for our deal that we're working on and most deals that we work on, we give our investors a 7% preferred return, meaning for every $100,000 they invest, they're earning roughly $7,000 per year. Now, this limited partnership is then split between the general partners and the limited partners. Our limited partners own 85% equity of the limited partnership, and the GP owns 15%. Now, this is very generous. Go out there and look at other funds, and I'm pretty sure they're a 70-30 split. We sometimes may do that, but right now we're an 85-15 split for our deals. Now, what we do is the general partner then takes control of this limited partnership, and we go out there and we find properties that we like. We find apartment complexes that we like, and we open what's called an SPE. That's a special purpose entity, right? Another LLC, to go buy this. And we take the funds from inside of the limited partnership and we go and we purchase this property under this SPE. Okay. And now when we purchase this property from the SPE, the cash flow that comes up back from the tenants and the cash flow from the business goes back up into the limited partnership. We pay distributions to our investors based on the preferred return first, meaning they're going to get their 7% preferred return back first. After they get their 7% preferred return back, anything above 7% is where we split 15-85. 85% of it goes to the investors, 15% goes to the GP. That's where you see in bold here, it says performance fee. This is technically put your money where your mouth is, right? That we do collect a due diligence fee, meaning all the months that it took us to put together these deals ahead of time. However, we don't make money like our investors make money on the 7%, right? So if we make 6%, we make $0 as a GP. Until this goes to 8%, then the general partner makes some income. So that incentivizes us to find the best deals possible, because obviously we want to make some money too. Now, with that being said, this distribution is pro rata, meaning that obviously investor one is going to make 5 times more money than investor two because he put 5 times more into the fund, right? Now from there, that's how the fund works. So I hope that makes sense. If I'm talking fast, it's okay. It's recorded, so make sure just to go back and study this information. Now, what I want to talk to you about when it comes to the fund specifically, okay, there are 3 ways to earn income from our multifamily acquisitions. Number 1 is you can get rewarded for your role in introducing qualified investors to our community as part of our business development team. When you make a qualified introduction, you will get an introduction fee, right? And that's it. Now, if you want to be invested in the deal, you can invest passively as an investor alongside the other investors you're introducing, right? So our fund is actually a 50K minimum. So you can invest 50K as well, right? Or 100K or 250K, whatever you have. Now, let's just say, I want to give you guys the example. Let's say you want to get into multifamily, but you actually don't have any income or no income. You don't have any money set aside, okay? I want to show you something very, very generous that we are doing, right, for our community. This is why we want you to enroll and become a legacy partner. Okay, for our legacy partners, when you make $500,000 in investor introductions into one of our funds, you will earn a GP equity position. I'm going to dive into all three of these so you guys know exactly in depth. So first, let me read this off about our introduction fee. Okay, as a valued member of our business development partner program, you'll have the opportunity to receive a relationship building fee for each qualified introduction you make to our investor community. While the fee structure may vary depending on the scope of engagement and other factors, partners can generally expect to earn an average of $250 per qualified introduction for their time and effort spent in expanding our network. This fee is for your assistance in building relationships and introducing potential investors, and is not contingent upon any investment decisions they may or may not make. Okay, that is our introduction fee. Now let's go ahead and talk about our equity member class. The minimum investment is $50,000. Now, this is our structure right now. This is set to change from time to time, maybe fund to fund. We will see. But here's where it's at currently right now. We are offering a 7% preferred cash on cash return for our investors. Okay, the return of capital contribution is after the preferred cash on cash return is met, meaning you give us 50K, we hold the property, or 100K, let's go for even number sakes. You give us 100,000 and we're going to keep the property for 5 years at 7%. That's 35%, accumulative. We're going to pay you the 35% first for your cash on cash return. After that, we're going to return the capital of 100,000. So you got your 100,000 plus your 35,000. After that, any profits beyond that, it's an 85-15 LPGP split after return of capital contribution and payment of the preferred return. Okay, so I want to dive into an example right now. This is actually a live example of a deal that we're currently doing. Okay, so let's say your investment is $100,000 and this is a 7% preferred return. So year one to year five, this is a 5-year hold. You can see on year one, there's 3.5% return, not 7, right? Year two, you can see there's a 4% return, not 7. Because when we purchase a property, very rarely, and it's probably most likely unlikely to happen, that you're actually going to have whatever your preferred return is be on year one and year two, because we purchased the property, we're getting rid of some tenants, and as tenants are moving out, we're holding those properties empty as we renovate, and we're putting 15-20,000 into each unit. Then we're marketing the units to new tenants to move in. So we're actually lower cash flow as we continue to build, but you can see each year it continues to improve and increase. So anything that is below, let's say 4% is 3% below 7%. So that delta will be caught up on the sale of the property. No matter what, your cash flow, your cash on cash return is caught up. So each year you can see you earn 34, 4, 5, 49, and 84 over here, 26,000 in total returns on cash flow. Okay, so you put $100,000 in over a 5-year period, you're going to make $26,000 in cash flow. Okay, now you can see if we go down here on the return on sale, when we sell the property, you got obviously $0 because we didn't sell, $0, $0, $0. Boom, year 5, we actually sell the property and you have 177,000. Okay, so your total return over here is $203,000. Okay, you can see 34, 4,000, 51, 49, and 185,000 on your 100,000. That is a 2.03x on your money. Okay, now a good something that's very solid of what we're doing with our team is our hold period is 5 years, but every property of the last 11 full cycle properties have been sold in under 3 years, which means this 2.03 can happen in year 3 instead of year 5. Now let's dive a little bit deeper on that GP LP split. Let's say I'm gonna base this on a $5 million raise. Remember, the limited partners own 85% of the limited partnership. The general partner owns 15%. Now, I want to speak to you specifically on how do you get involved? How can you become a general partner? How can you own equity in this general partnership? Remember, I said if you raise $500,000 or more, you earn a equity percentage of our general partnership. Okay, I'm going to break that down. So if you are a sports agent, if you are a ex-athlete, right, a former athlete, maybe you're a financial advisor, maybe you're connected to athletes and you're none of those that I just spoke of, or maybe you just know a lot of entrepreneurs, right, that want to invest into real estate, right? You don't need to be specifically connected to athletes. This fund is marketed around athletes, but it's open to all accredited investors. Okay, so if you're someone you're saying, hey, I don't have 50,000 of my own money to put into this deal, but I believe I could go out there and I can introduce 10 people that got 50,000 to put into this deal, or maybe 5 people that got 100,000 to put into the deal, maybe 10 people that got 65,000 to put into this deal, right? And so and you have relationships to people with money, and you could leverage that to actually own multifamily with us. This is being very generous, guys, and we want to open it to our community because we care about people winning and creating wealth together. This isn't about us, okay? This is about helping each other build wealth. So take a look at this because I'm going to break it down. This is the general partnership. This is 15% of the limited partnership. Okay. Inside of that 15%, we're going to break it down as 100%. 60% of the general partnership is for the acquisition and deal finding team. Okay. People that are out there and they're looking at deals left and right. We look at about 20 deals per month, maybe 30 deals a month. And then our underwriting team and our due diligence team is underwriting all of those deals. Guys, that takes hours and hours and hours to underwrite a property. Okay. The asset manager, that's our team that's making sure that all the money's being deployed, everything that's being kept track of. And then we, of course, put a percentage of that income into a reserve for the company to make sure that we have reserves. Okay. A big bulk of our business as a fund is capital raising, always raising money. That's why you can see it's almost 50% of our business model. So 40% of our business model is capital raising, right? So I'm going to break that down to you. Let's say you go out there and you raise $650,000 and we have a fund. We're raising $5 million for a down payment on a property. And you go out there and you raise 650,000. Let's say you found 10 investors to put 65,000 each in. Well, that's 13% of the total raise, 5,000. Okay. Stick with me here. Now, of this 100% of the general partnership, okay, if we take 13% and we multiply that by 40%, right, of the whole fund, that ends up being 5.2% of the total GP partnership. So by raising 650,000, you'll have 5% equity of the fund GP. So now let me break this down to you. Let's take a look at this structure step by step. Step one is let's look at the total exit proceeds. Okay. So in this example, we're going to target a 2x multiplier. So the equity multiple is 2x. So for 5 million, that means $10 million in total exit proceeds. Now, if we go to step two, we're offering a 7% annual preferred return. That's over 5 years. So 35% cumulative preferred return. The preferred return amount on $5 million at 35% is 1.75 million. Okay. So our LP capital return of 5 million, right? Our investors put in 5 million, we're going to give it back to them. When we give it back to them, we're also going to give them their 35% cumulative preferred return. So total paid to our LPs before we split is 6.75 million. Okay. Which means we go to step three. The remaining profits after the preferred return is 3.25 million. Okay, so 10 minus 675, 3.25 million. This is the profits we helped our investors make extra on top of their 5 million. How powerful is that, guys? We actually did 1.75 plus 3.5. So we doubled our investors' money. When you look at the math on this, this is incredible that we actually did that for our investors. So if we go to step 4, and we split the remaining profits, LPs get 85%, so they're going to get 2.75 million. Again, remember that's diversified pro rata to the investor's investment. But the GP is going to get 15% of that, which is 487,500. Okay, so the GP would earn 487,500 upon the exit. That's our entire 100% of what we got. So now let's focus on you who raised $650,000. Okay. You are $0 into the deal. You didn't put any money into the deal. You just introduced a couple people that had $650,000. Now, based on this 487,500 earnings, let's take a recap of key numbers here. The total earnings, 487.5. But 40% of the GP equity is allocated to capital raiser pools. So 40% of that is 195,000 allocated to capital raisers. The capital raiser in question raised $650,000, which is 13% of the total raise, right? Which was $5 million, which means if we calculate that together, 13% of 195,000 is $25,350. Okay. So the capital raiser who raised $650,000 would earn $25,000 from the GP equity payout upon the exit. Guys, how powerful is that? Building wealth for making introductions. By the way, I'm pretty sure like 99% of our capital raisers have a full-time job, right? They just make introductions because they know what we are doing here. So imagine upon the exit of this, you're working your job, right? And let's say you're making $60,000 a year, and all of a sudden you get a $25,000 check, bonus check of introductions you made 2.5 years ago, right? And so the more you continue to do this, and what we want to do is we want to create a pipeline of this, right? So we want to raise capital every single month. We want to always raise capital. We want to never stop raising capital, because eventually you're going to build a pipeline so big that we're investing into so many deals, 1 to 2 deals a month, that starting 2 to 3 years from now, you're just going to have these lump sum checks pay out upon the exit every single month, right? A $20,000 check, $50,000 check, $100,000 check, $25,000 check. Every single month is going to start trickling in to where eventually it can replace your current income. If you want to be a full-time capital raiser, or if you know you have the relationships to take advantage of an opportunity like this, now is the time to do so, especially with multifamily locker room. Okay. So inside the locker room, you can see we're missing the room over here. We got the capital raiser earning $25,000 on the exit. Okay. I hope that made sense to you guys. That is our fund. That is how you get involved in our fund. And that is what we want to do. That is the whole goal of Multifamily Locker Room, is to get as many people involved into multifamily real estate and passive investing as possible. Okay. But beyond the locker room, we got what's inside of the locker room. Okay. And inside the locker room is our mastermind. So this is where you could join the elite mastermind, bridging sports agents, accredited investors, and multi-million-dollar brands to learn the exact strategies and create legacy level wealth, impact-driven businesses, and powerful collaborations between athletes, capital, and commerce. One thing that I've always done, always been a part of, is masterminds. I always want to get around people that are more successful than me, especially people that are doing what I aim to do, people that have accomplished what I aim to accomplish. So we created a mastermind called Inside the Locker Room. Okay. The memberships, we got a $99 a month membership. Okay. You guys could go on the website to look in depth on what is involved in this. You're going to get access to our members only community. Okay. You're going to get access to our personal contacts right, of our network and our connections. If there is something you need that will help elevate your life or help elevate your business, and we have that relationship, we don't hold back. We're sending you that contact because you are a part of our community and we want every single person to win. We don't want to hold information back. We want to provide as much value as possible. We are going to have a full academy suite. This is going to be multifamily education. This is going to be personal and professional development education. This is going to be finance education. This is going to be tax education. Anything that we could possibly provide you around building wealth is going to be inside of this multifamily locker room academy suite. Okay. We will have bi-weekly Monday Zoom calls going on. We have bi-weekly Wednesday Zoom calls going on. Let me talk about these calls real quick. This is our roundtable. So bi-weekly Mondays. During our roundtable, these are 2-hour sessions, and there's a little bit of education in the beginning, and it's high-level networking till the end. Okay. Who you are, where you're from, what do you need that's going to get you to the next level in your life and your business. This whole mastermind is around 5 different pillars. Okay. It's relationships, resources, strategies, funding, and partnerships. You will find that on these calls. Okay. Now, our Wednesday calls is our Do Deals Together call. And that's where we talk about deals that members are looking for, deals that members want to be involved in, or deals we have. Maybe we'll even we'll spend the whole call breaking down a deal we're actually raising capital for right then and there, so we can open it up for Q&A. So this membership, it offers monthly residual referral commission, which means you can earn a 30% referral fee residually. You can earn a 30% residual fee. And what do I mean by that? Is you'll have your own back office in partnership with us. All righty, excuse me 1 second. I had to take a drink of water. All right. So our monthly residual referral commission is going to be linked to your account. Every single legacy partner is going to get their own back office. And within that back office, you can offer these programs to your network. Okay. And anybody you refer to this $99 a month program, again, this isn't about us making money. It's about how can we help all of us build and earn together while we're also building each other's life and each other's business at the same time. So there's a 30% referral fee residually, which means now it's not $100, so it's not $30, it's $29.70. However, we're just going to call it $30. Every single month that person you refer pays, you're going to get paid every single month, which means if you invite 100 people that are active in the community, you'll be earning $3,000 a month of passive income from Multifamily Locker Room. Guys, how powerful is that? $3,000 a month. That's a whole nother stream of income for you just for doing something you're already involved in. Okay. Now, this 10K annual membership is our boardroom. This is if you want to be more involved and actually be a part of everything we're doing. So you're going to get everything, of course, in the monthly, but you'll get access to voting rights on the direction and the vision of this mastermind. Okay. You'll get access to all of the events we host in person for free. If we host an event, we're going to aim to host 2 to 4 events a year in person in different cities, right? One might be in Miami, one might be in Dallas. And these event tickets are anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000. You'll get access to those events for free. You'll attend a bi-weekly boardroom meeting where we discuss our members, what's working, any feedback that we're getting from members, any opportunities that are coming up, anything that's going on. Let's say we're hosting a event in Miami, and in this boardroom meeting, maybe you as a board member, maybe you own an office in Miami, and rather than paying $8,000 for 2 days at a venue, we host it at your office space for free, right? So there's ways where you could bring value to the community so we could continue to build and grow. Also revenue share, meaning a percentage of this $99 a month, right? 30% is going to go again to referrals. And then another percentage is going to be split amongst all of our boardroom members. So you could do your own math. I'm going to give you a hypothetical right now. let's say 25% of the earnings from the 99. So if it was $100, $25 is split amongst all of the boardroom members. Okay. Every single month. If we have 1,000 members in this program, then imagine that being split here. You guys do the math, make it up on a calculator and see what you can earn. If you refer somebody to our boardroom who decides to join, that is a 10% referral commission. So $1,000 referral commission. So who is in the locker room? We have sports agents, pro athletes, accredited investors, established brands. These are vetted brands, meaning they have to be doing a minimum of 3 million in revenue. Because if these brands want to do maybe brand deals with pro athletes, right, they got to be able to compensate them or work out a structured deal properly. So these are vetted brands that come through and that are a part registered as a brand, not as an individual. Aspiring investors and entrepreneurs. Like I said, this isn't only for the sports agents and the athletes, okay? This is for accredited investors, aspiring investors. Maybe you don't have 50,000 right now to invest, but you have relationships, or you can invest into the community and you keep learning and building and scaling your other streams of income until you have enough income to start investing passively. And even entrepreneurs that are hungry to get into the room, learn from the best, and take action towards building a real scalable business. Okay, so this is coming in 2026. I've had the privilege of doing this in the past. It was phenomenal. It was a great experience, and I highly suggest being a part of this if you are in the position to be a part of our legacy program inside of the mastermind. Okay, so this is 100,000 annual membership. You get everything in the boardroom, plus you're going to get access to bucket list events, right? If we have the event in Miami, you're going to have a 5-star event in Miami with us. Weekly Zoom coaching with 9-figure entrepreneurs to answer specific questions, right? Maybe you are the 9-figure entrepreneur and you can give back. Year-round access to class instructors, each with 100 million in revenue or net worth, curated networking events with 7 and 10-figure entrepreneurs, and shared upside from select equity deals. Here's where your ROI is on this 100K. Yes, you could put 100K into the fund and earn there. Here's what this 100K membership gets you here. This gets you access to inside of our community. This is something that these members will get to learn here. Everyone that's paying the $99 a month or the $10,000 a month, if you're a business owner and you are struggling and you are stuck, maybe you're stuck at 200,000 a year and you can't get over it. Maybe you're stuck. I've had clients that were stuck at $3 million a year. $3 million a year for 5 years straight. They could not get over $3 million a year. You know what we did? We came in and we consulted for equity. They paid us $100,000 for consulting, and we took 10% equity of their company and we scaled them from 3 million. They hit 10 million the next year. They hit 110 million the following year. Okay. All because of relationships, resources, strategies, partnerships, and funding. Everything comes into play. Imagine being part of our legacy membership and you share the upside of an equity deal. And there's a good chance this is a vetted position too, not just anybody. If you have 100K, doesn't mean you could just become a legacy partner. There's a vetting process here as well. But if we take 10% equity of a company of one of our members inside of our community, this is going to give you almost just similar in the previous, when we were talking about the GP position, earning 5.2% equity of the general partnership just for making $500,000 worth of introductions. This is similar to that. You invest 100K and now you get to be rightfully an advisor. You're going to be vetted. So those who are here are really good advisor rules. They got really good relationships. They might have funding. They might have other partnerships and deals that can help negotiate a business and help them build scale and hopefully exit the company. And so you get to share the upside of select equity deals. Now, if you refer a legacy partner to us, a legacy member to us in this mastermind, that is a 10% referral fee. So that's a $10,000 referral fee there. Okay, that is our mastermind. Now, here is our coaching program. This is elite level personal and professional development. Okay, understand this. Every great athlete has a coach. Okay. Every top agent has a strategy. Now it's your time to combine both and step into the next level of your life and business. This is elite coaching for sports agents, guys. This one is probably the only one that I'm like, yes, it's 100% for sports agents. This program is 100% for everybody on earth. So yes, you can join, but just know when you're inside of the program, we are going to do 100% of our best to focus on the sports agent industry. Okay. It doesn't mean you can't take what you learn here and apply it to your life and your business and your career and your finances and your faith and your family and your friendships, because you can. And I've seen it work in every area of life. Okay. So, in matter of fact, this is based off the science of habits. So it could work anywhere in life. However, I want you to be aware, if you're not a sports agent, but you want to be a part of this program, yes, it's available to you. Yes, we will give you a time and attention towards your specific industry, but it will be focused on sports agents. Okay. So if you are a sports agent, okay, this is a year-long program. It's $6,000 a year, or it's 5 payments of $1,350. Okay. You then remember, if you're a part of our legacy partner program and you refer somebody to our coaching program, there's going to be a 10% referral fee, but this is paid after they have paid in full. Okay. Now, if they pay in full $6,000, then it's a 10% referral fee. The second that clears, you get paid the following Friday. Okay. So master your habits, master your life. It's a year-long elite level coaching program. This program is built to push your thinking, stretch your possibilities, and ensure consistent action. Each month, you'll gain clarity, you'll refine your abilities, and see measurable movements towards your biggest goals, feeling transformation that sticks in both your personal and your business life. Okay, there's a bunch of different topics and categories that we go over in a year. The main program is the Master Your Habit, Master Your Life program. We're going to go over the success formula. We're going to go over the Goal Achiever program. We got another program, Prosperity Code, the Universal Advantage, and the Identity Upgrade. Okay, these are all different programs in a span of a year. So that is everything that is involved. I want to thank you guys for taking the time out to watch this video, watch this presentation. If you want to be involved, just go to multifamilylockerroom.com, scroll all the way to the bottom, or find the legacy partner program in the menu and go ahead and register. It's absolutely free to become a legacy partner, guys, and join the team and join the family. And anything else you see in there, feel free to reach out to us and somebody on the team can get you started with, whether it's at our Multifamily Locker Room Gmail. So, or again, just visit the website, or if you know us personally, whoever invited you out to this, someone on the Multifamily Locker Room team, we will get you started and involved in any single one of our programs once you are ready. Thank you guys, and look forward to seeing you guys inside the locker room.